have cerebral palsy. I am 39. This is my friend, Kirsty, and her son, Louis. And this is Eva, my personal assistant.
Before Mark was born, something happened when he was in his mummy's tummy, and that resulted in him being born with cerebral palsy. He can't really do anything with his hands, and his body is contorted. But that doesn't stop him. Mark will do more than you or I. Mark uses a system called eye gaze, and it is like a tablet PC, and then it's got two little cameras in it, and they focus on your eyes and where you're looking, and use your eye movements as the mouse on the computer.
It is an amazing machine. I am originally from London. I moved to Liverpool to do a foundation course at Liverpool Institute of Performing Arts for 1 year. I compose my music using my MacBook Pro with a track cable that I use with my foot. I performed with Jules Holland 4 times. I suppose that I would describe my music a fusion of a few different styles of dance music. For example, ambient, techno, house, breakbeat, and drum and bass. I went on to do a degree in commercial music production at Chester College. I graduated with a 2:1.
Right, I know.
Your voice is something you rely on, absolutely. And in Mark's circumstances, his whole quality of life is dependent on having that ability to be able to communicate. ACE is a charity providing services across the country for children and adults with complex needs to help them communicate. Mark has struggled to get funding for his communication aid, and his story of that is quite typical of many people that we meet. We were able to access some regional money to help him purchase that piece of equipment, which has made such a difference to his life. What we try and do is provide loans of equipment on a short-term basis for, say, up to a month at a time, so that people following on from an assessment with us have got the piece of equipment. They can show what difference it makes to their life. They can create a bank of evidence to say, if you invest in this for me, look at what I'm able to achieve, look at the outcomes for me and the difference that it makes.
Hi, my name is Sam. I am a typical 16-year-old. I love my computer and looking at fan art.
Sam's my daughter, Samantha, but she doesn't like Samantha. She's a bit tougher than that. She's a communication aid user and has been since she was about 3 years old when she got her first communication aid. Sam has athetoid cerebral palsy, which is very low muscle tone, very variable muscle tone. She finds it very difficult to sit. She can't stand or walk without somebody supporting her, but she basically needs help with all of her physical care needs, but she has no learning disability. She's actually very, very bright. Sam has a communication aid called a TELUS. On it, Sam has specialist software where she can access a huge vocabulary.
I am looking forward to going to double history, and we are learning the techniques for answering questions in a source analysis paper.
Sam's been in mainstream education her entire life. That's why she's so confident there.
Her family have campaigned very hard to ensure, quite rightly, that she has access to the best equipment and support to enable her to meet her educational potential and her communicative potential as well.
We've always wanted her to achieve the best she could through mainstream education. We're strong believers in that. Without the technology, she would not be able to go to a mainstream school. It just wouldn't work.
We've been involved in training and assisting the school and the people around her to ensure they provide her with the right equipment and resources to be able to achieve in her learning.
I am going to choose sociology and modern history and English language at A-levels, but I haven't really decided what I want to do at university.
Sam's always wanted to be treated the same as her peers. If her classmates are having a test, she has a test. If her classmates have been held in detention, she is held in detention. It is always difficult, because she will always stand out, because she has a machine that talks in front of her and she drives a powered wheelchair. But she always wants to be as much a part of the ordinary life of a school as she can.
It's about your ability to interact with the world that you're in, to take control of your life, and to me it's a basic human right to be able to communicate, and if the technology is there then people should be able to have that.